Hello, boys and girls. Today is Wednesday, May 6th, and we are doing our next to last edition of Working Wednesday. So let's jump right into our three careers for today. Let's see. Oh, all right. Let's see for our first prop. We have this thing right here. It is a wrench, specifically a crescent wrench. I believe is what my husband just told me this was. This is also a wrench, and it has a more specific name, and he did tell me, and it's left my mind. Drill bit. There's another drill bit. And a drill. So what type of job or career might need these tools? You might think a repairman. And that would be right. But that's not the job that I'm going to talk about. A contractor would need these types of tools. So a contractor, what does a contractor do? Well, they plan, coordinate, budget, and oversee every part of a residential or commercial build. So residential would be your homes, and commercial would be like your stores, your schools, churches. They have to be skilled communicators, multitaskers. They have to be very good at time management, very detail-oriented. When I say detailed, that means they have to pay attention to everything that is going into the build. Good at budgets, good at people skills. That goes back into the communicators. So budgets, they're the ones that have to keep track of how much money is going into this build. They have to, how much are they spending? How much does this cost? All of that. They have to be creative. A lot of the times it's their ideas that are looked at for these builds. Notice up at the top I underlined oversee every part of. Okay, so then I drew the line and the arrow down to here. So these are the things that they also oversee. The permits. You can't build unless the city says you can, and that's what that permit is. The roofing, the electrical, running the lines if they got electricity. Plumbing, the interior design. What does the inside look like? The exterior design. What does the outside look like? All the deadlines. They can't just decide, I think I'm going to work on this part today. No, if they say, I'm going to have this done by next Friday, they have to have it done by next Friday, and if not, they've got to explain why. Code enforcement. Every town has a code enforcement, and that, those are kind of like the law that they have to answer to, why they're doing things this way. And, if the city says, well, this can't be done, then they can't do it. So the education, they have to be good at math, good with their hands. A lot of times they jump right in and they help out with these builds. They have to have a love of building. Contractors don't go into this just because, hey, they've got nothing better to do. They really love building. They love architecture. They love seeing how things are built from the ground up. You can go to college, but you don't necessarily have to. Some states do require you to be licensed. Some do not. You just really have to look into the state requirements for where you want to live and where you want to work at. But not all states are the same, so you just have to make sure that you check your state's requirements. And the average salary, it really depends on experience. Of course, the more experience, meaning the more hands-on work that you do, the better pay you're going to get. But the average salary is $84,620 to $91,370. So if you like to build, that's, a very good career. Guys, we're always going to need buildings. People are always building homes. People are always building new apartments. People are always building new businesses. Contractors are always going to be in need. That's not a career field that you're ever going to be like, oh, hey, there's too many of you. We're always going to need more of those. All right, so for our next career, I like this one. And let me tell you, I'm missing my person. Big time. Missing my person right now. All right. So for our first clue for this person, not a blanket, towel, comb. I'm going to show you the back. This would be like your pricing sheet. I'm not going to show you the front yet. Pricing sheet. You know what these are? I'll tell you the sound they make. Buzz, buzz. You know what they are now? Clippers! Bzz. I would not do that though. Clippers! Here's the pricing sheet. Right there. Barbershop. Alright, so if you guessed barber or beautician, you were correct. Hot towel, sometimes they'll put hot towel on your face. Maybe sometimes for a guy, they're going to get like a shave. Maybe here. The comb for here, or even the mustache or the beard area. Of course, then you got your clippers, your trimmers. The neat thing about this career is, if you see here, they offer lots of different services. Shave, hot towel, haircut style, scalp massage, beard trim. For beauticians who service ladies, they also do hair colorings, facials, waxes, like eyebrow waxes, lashes. That's the new on-trend thing. So let's look at this one. Their job description, they cut, trim, style hair, wash, dry, massage the scalp, they color your hair, wax your eyebrows, trim mustaches and beards, they sell you products, and they boost confidence. That is a huge part of their job, boys and girls. When you walk into your stylist, whether it be a man or a woman, they know that part of their job is to make you not only look good, but to feel good before you leave their salon, before you even step out of your chair that you're sitting in. They need to know that you are satisfied and that you feel good with the cut, the color, the style, whatever it is that they've done to you, that you feel good. And, that's part of their job, and they don't want you to leave if you don't feel good about the service that they provided you. So that is part of their job, is to make sure that your confidence has been boosted. And I'll tell you, I have never left my salon without feeling like $1,000,000, without feeling like I really look fabulous with what my hairstylist has done to me. Education, it varies by state. You need to have some high school, but it's not required that you be a high school graduate or that you even have your GED. In some states, you only need to be 16. In others, it's 18. You do need to go to either barber or beauty school. You do have to be formally trained. And you must also pass a state licensing exam. You have to be licensed by the state. You can't just say, hey, I'm going to cut hair and open up shop. You have to be licensed by the state. The average salary, it really depends. I put $30,000 down, but that really depends on you. If you notice, here's your pricing list. Of course, this is just a prop, but you get to set your own salary, and that's part of the advantage of working for yourself as a beautician. or a tradesman, like a barber's man. I apologize, I do not know what you call them. But you get to set your own prices. So if you do 10 shaves in a day at $10 a pop, and I've done 10, well, I've just made $100. And then I do 5 styles, well, that's $50 more, so I've made $150, just in that day. But then I also did a couple of hot towels, and then I did a couple of haircuts. I've made more money. And if that's just one day, and I work 5 days a week, well, I can make as much money as I want to, as I choose to work. So that there's an advantage to being your own boss. I make as much money as I choose to work. You still have to pay taxes. And if you work in someone else's salon, you have to pay what we call booth rent, meaning you rent a space from that person. So not all your money that you make is yours, but, there is an advantage to working for yourself and being your own boss, if that is something you choose to do. And a lot of people do. If you like to do hair and you like to make other people happy, maybe going into the barber or hairstylist, beautician business is something you should consider doing. All right, for our last one today, this is a little different, but I like it. All right, real quick, we've got soap, we've got wipes, wash, a sponge, and a bucket. What are we doing? We're washing cars. Car wash technician. All right, a technician. This isn't just your regular guy that when you pull up to the car wash, they sit and, wash your wheels for you. This is an actual car wash technician. Okay, so these guys, their job description is they maintain all the equipment. They run the air compressors, they schedule and perform maintenance on the equipment, meaning they make sure it's running like it's supposed to. They maintain the logs for inventory and repairs. They run the reports on the equipment to see how many cars that they, have come in for washes. They help out with the car washes when needed. They train other employees. They have to have good people skills. Can you imagine how many people roll through the car wash in a day? You have to be drug-free, guys. In all the careers that we've done, you have to be drug-free. They have to be very self-motivated because a lot of times there's no one there, watching them. They have to make sure that they're going to do their job the way that they're supposed to do without anyone watching over them. Education. You really don't have to have any type of education because someone's going to train you, and you have to be very willing to learn a new system. The average salary is $25 to $30 an hour, depending on your experience and depending on how well you are willing to work and learn the trade, because this really is kind of a trade that you have to learn. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's Working Wednesday. Tune in for next Wednesday's version of Working Wednesday. It will be our last one that we are going to be doing, and it'll be a little bit different. We're going to talk about some different types of careers. So I hope to see you then. Bye, guys.